All right, welcome to Route 22, right here in the heart of Dry Prong, Louisiana, the heart of Cougar country. We are here with 446 Sports to bring you the Grant High School football coaches show, and we're going to be doing this each and every Tuesday night. We are at our home location now. Last week we were at the pep rally. It was a little bit chaotic, a little bit loud, but this is where we're going to be each and every week. I'm Chad James. With me is my partner in crime here, right. Coach Thomas LaBoard. Coach, you all right?
I'm just happy to be in a restaurant. In a restaurant setting is where I can excel.
We were concerned a little bit last time about food. You know, This food is a very important part of what we do here, and so they have some wonderful food here at Route 22. They call it. We made the mistake, historically we've been here, made the mistake of calling it wood-fired pizza. They do have that, but man, they've got all kind of other good food. I can remember some of the nachos and stuff. Now look, I'm going to start salivating. We can't talk about it. If you're looking for a good place to eat, come to Dry Prong to Route 22. The man here to my right is the man. He is the head honcho, the head coach of the Grant High School Cougars, Coach Jarvous Felton. Coach, welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for being part of this.
Yeah, man, we're excited to do this, enjoy doing this, give Grant football some exposure, give these kids some exposure, and we're just happy to be here. You're coming off a big win, Coach. I say big win. It's a good win. Let me put it that way. It's a big win in some of these kids in their hearts, and because it's the Parish Pride game, and you guys did your job.
Yes, sir.
Friday night, and we're going to talk in just a little bit. Some of these guys, some of these kids that played went above and beyond. In fact, setting state records, tying a national record, and we're going to talk to them in a minute. We're going to save that for a little bit, but I mean, how do you feel?
I feel good. One of the things I told Taylor Williams after the game, don't hold your head down. I mean, those guys play with passion and they play with heart. You could tell they really, really wanted it. So that's a really good ball team. They're going to win some ball games this year. Our guys did a really good job. I'm proud of them. So there's a lot of things we need to fix and correct, but that means that you haven't peaked yet. So you don't want to peak too early. Just small detail things, but those small detail things can carry over to make it to bigger things. So just going back to the basic and just taking care of the small things, and just not being satisfied. And one of the things we focus on this past week is just not looking at the scoreboard. I just want us to be zoned in and understanding our assignment, execute that assignment, and understanding what is the mission and to complete the mission. So,
there was an NFL coach. He's coaching college ball now. He's got quite a few Super Bowl rings. His mantra was "Do your job," and do your job on each and every play. And so I can appreciate that message to your team. So you had an opportunity to watch some film. I'm sure y'all broken down the film.
Yeah.
You mentioned Montgomery. We'll talk about the Cougar offense here in just a little bit. You broke down some film. Not to take anything away from Montgomery because they put up 50 points.
They did.
They did a good job. So, the offensive performance was outstanding. You don't really like to give up 50 points, do you, Coach?
Not at all. But, there was a lot of good things we saw from your defense, a lot of good plays and coverage. They always seemed to be right where the ball was. Talk a little bit about some of the positive things you saw from the defense, despite, the 50 points.
Yeah. Oh, some of the things that we saw is our secondary guys did really, really well. Some of those things that they kind of get tired of doing in practice came into play on Friday. And it's like, guys, now you see why we do the things that we do, and it showed on Friday. And the guys that took those things seriously, it showed on Friday as well. There's a couple of things that we had to fix. I think the main thing that taking a look and diving in and talking to them, asking them what happened, was they were thinking too much. You can't think too much. You got to play fast, and you got to play physical, and trust yourself and trust what you're seeing with your eyes, and not trying to do everybody else's job. Like, focus in on your job. And once we done that, this past week has been a complete flip in the effort and the less thinking and the more they're picking up and they're attacking faster this week. So it was a wake-up call for them. So we needed that. So,
Coach, one of the things we saw, especially on defense, before we get into that record-breaking offensive performance, Matthew Cooper.
Yeah.
Phenomenal game. Continues to play with a little bit of rage, relentlessness.
Yeah.
A few times he came out of the game, he's feeling good, he's ready for Buckeye. He's 100%.
Oh, he's 100%. What happened was he tackled a kid going out of bounds, and he ended up on the track. So his knee hit the edge of the track, and it didn't feel too well. So we kept him out a couple plays just to check on him, make sure he was good. But, you know, he has that passion, he has that heart. He was mad that we were holding him out. I'm like, I understand that you want to go out, but we got to make sure that you're okay before we put you back out there.
He's still young. You know, he's a sophomore.
Sloan on the opposite side had a couple tackles.
He had a really
good.
Those two had a really good game. One of the things we talked to Jake about was when he messed up, he was so worried about the things that he did wrong. So when it got to come to the next snap, he was trying to think and make sure he did everything right instead of just playing. So I was like, Jake, don't think, just go.
Let those football instincts take over.
And when that happens, you see a true D1 prospect that can really do something special if he just doesn't think and just trust himself.
You know, we talk about that. Sometimes the simplest is the best. Tackle the man with the football.
That's it. See ball, get ball.
That's it.
Jake is here tonight. In fact, we got a lot of Grant football players. We got some Grant coaching staff that we're going to be talking to in a minute. We've got cheerleaders that are here. You know, I wanted to, since Coach brought up the defense. You know, we forget about the giving up the 50, but let's look at the positive things that the defense did. There was a young man that plays quarterback for Montgomery. Mason Jordan is a phenomenal athlete. He made plays with his feet. He made them with his arm. They had a tall young man by the name of Hayden Gainey playing wide receiver for Montgomery. Tall young man. A lot taller than our defensive backs.
That's it.
And I want to tell you, our defensive backs, I thought played a heck of a ball game. Keith McKinney covered him a lot.
He did.
And also Kendrick Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw his number flash several times.
That's one of those kids that stepped up this offseason. He had a really good offseason, and he doesn't know that he's a leader yet, but they follow him. And I think now he's starting to see that, and he's finally coming out of his shell, and he's worked really, really hard, and it showed on Friday.
Yeah, I was there were a lot of little moments within the game there that, that you really picked up on. I'm telling you, and we'll be saying his name a lot this season on both sides of the ball. Keith McKinney has really grown into quite a football player.
He did.
I mean,
did. We got to keep him away from them soldiers and those noodles.
There's one I want to talk about real quick, Coach, and we got excited on a couple of kickoffs, and I saw he got in at linebacker, number 18.
Javon
Davis. Man, he walloped some
yes, he did.
Some poor soul.
He
we about got up out of our seats.
He was a freshman,
true
right?
Freshman.
Yeah, he's a true freshman.
We say that in high school. They're all. We hope that they're all true.
They're true freshmen.
Yeah. He's a brother of one of our former players, Kareem Gaines, who played running back for us. So,
I got to coach Kareem.
Yeah, that's his younger brother. He was very successful in the junior high level, and he's worked really hard this offseason. And we kind of had an idea that he'll be able to do some things for us, but I didn't know he'd be able to step up like that. I was very, very impressed with him. And he's one of those other ones, like he plays fast. He knows what he's supposed to do, but I think he's just thinking too much.
Coach, you've got now that you say that, you've got a lot of little brothers on this team.
We do.
And we talked about that at the Jamboree. They always seem to have a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder, a little funner to coach, a little meaner.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I pick on them time to time. I'm like, you know, Kareem had it in him, but it was hard to get it out of him. How are you?
You know.
So he's a good kid. He don't say very much. He's a yes sir, no sir kid, and he's anything you could ask out of a kid. I mean, we have really good kids, man. The main deal is they just want you to love on them, man.
That's it, man. Love on those kids. Show them that you're authentic, that you genuinely care about them off of the football field. You know, care about them on a personal level, and I appreciate that, man. Because I've always appreciated that out of coaches that are real personal with the kids. What did they just bring you there, Coach?
Oh, I got me a milkshake, man. I got a vanilla milkshake with a caramel drizzle with a little whipped cream on top.
You can get it all here at Route 22.
Route 22, they'll treat you right.
That's it.
You know, I'm trying to lose some weight, and then they bring this stuff out here to Coach Felton that, you know, I have to.
This is the hardest state in the continental United States to lose any weight, and everything's delicious.
It's terrible. I mean, I've got a bottle of water here, and Coach is going to bring this over here.
I can get you one. You want one?
No, I have to be disciplined. Oh man, we've got a lot to get to. We've got coaches. We've got a couple of offensive players coming up on the other side of the break that we really want to spend a little time with and talk to them. One of them had a record-setting performance Friday night in Ahmad Sykes. And so we're going to step away from the Coaches Show here for just a moment. We're going to pay a few bills. And then we're going to come back. We got a special treat. The Grant High School cheerleaders are going to be performing when we come back from the break. So stay right here with us. The Grant High School Football Coaches Show with Coach Jarvous Felton, and brought to you here on 446 Sports. We'll be right back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Welcome back to Route 22, the Grant High School Football Coaches Show. Now, I know you guys can't see me talking, but who you can see on camera are the Grant High School cheerleaders, and they're going to do a little they're going to do a routine for you. We always appreciate all the support personnel for the football team, and these guys cheer them each and every Friday night. So y'all make welcome the Grant High School cheerleaders. Thank you, ladies. They did a wonderful, wonderful job.
Shout out to the head coach of the cheerleading, Ms. Jessica Walker. She's over there waving.
Yeah, she's waving. She's off camera. She always does a wonderful job. I know, Coach, at the football games, you can always see her running around and keeping all those girls in line. And
it's such a big part of what makes a successful football program is all the ancillary programs around it, the band, the cheerleaders,
right.
the pep line, the dance line. You know, they bring the atmosphere. There's nothing like, you know, being out there on that field and hearing those drums beating,
right.
the horns going off. You know, you don't get that in the NFL.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't. That's something about the spirit of a high school football game. We're going to take just a 30-second timeout to give our producer an opportunity to get our camera turned back around, and we'll be right back. Stay with us right here on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
All right, welcome back. Had to get our camera turned back around. Here from the Grant High School Coaches Show with Coach Jarvous Felton. We've kind of did a recap of the game, and we 420 yards. We'll talk a little bit about the offense here in just a little bit with some of the coaches. We had 471 total yards on offense. Ahmad accounted for 420.
Just about all of them.
So if we could get him over here, that would be great. We would love to talk to Ahmad. I know he was here earlier.
He's in here somewhere.
He's in here. I know we got a speaker in here. Hopefully he can hear our name. But as they're finding him and getting him over here, we're also going to be talking to an offensive lineman. We're going to be needing him in just a minute, who's our offensive lineman of the week, and that's Madden Blaylock.
Now, I'll say this. We've seen, obviously, 10 touchdowns, and that's incredible. We're going to talk to Madden Blaylock. We saw him. I don't know if we got it on camera, but he took a young man about 30 yards down the field. That's something you really don't ever see.
We got to look. We got to.
There was another play in the end zone. I don't know if you saw. I didn't point it out during the game. He put him to the back of the end zone.
You know, slide around here, Ma. We got a kick out of that play where Madden. I mean, he was 20 yards past where the play ended, and just pancaked the young man down there. But with us now, I see Madden coming across the room there, big fella. But
I'm gonna slide down for all this beef we got over here.
Well, he can wait till we get through with Ahmad. We'll talk to Ahmad first. For our viewers, this young man right here, this is Ahmad Sykes, and he had one heck of a football game Friday night. He broke the state rushing touchdown record. He tied the national rushing touchdown record. That's a big deal, Ahmad.
Yes, sir.
You had a big game. Tell us, I mean, how do you feel about that?
Great. Never did it, but, I mean, I had to put God first, put my teammates first, and I was able to, accomplish what I wanted to.
You know, we're going to talk to Madden in just a minute, and we watched every play of that game, and coaching, okay, he's got 2, he's got 3. And then as the numbers go up, at the end of the game, we were like, well, I guess they're going to let him get 10 here tonight. And sure enough, you did. But a lot of those plays, man, some of those you weren't even touched. I mean, fast. I understand that you ran a 4.4 in the 40.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I can't wrap my head around that, Coach.
No, I can't move that fast either.
I can't move that fast. But you're in your junior year, right?
Yes, sir.
I've been. We've covered Grant football on the radio, and I got to watch you play as a freshman. And we knew there was something special about you as a freshman watching you play. And you actually broke your foot your freshman season and had to miss towards the end of the season there. What did that do anything in terms of motivating you to train and get better?
Yes. When I came back, like I was striving to do better, working harder at practice, putting God first, like I said, and like showing up to practice on time, being coachable.
I love that. I love to hear that. The put God first. I'm a pastor, by the way. The put God first, and then being coachable. I know a coach, you can appreciate that, right?
Definitely. He's shown a lot of maturity, man. I'm proud of him.
You know, he's also shown this year, and of course, we're very early, y'all. This is just game one. We've covered the scrimmage, and obviously, we don't want you to be touched. We want that offensive line clearing a hole big enough you can drive a Mack truck through. But I've noticed a lot. There's a lot of physicality in your play when you do have to make contact. I mean, you're lowering your shoulder. There was one particular play, Coach. I don't know if you remember. Contact. It was a long run. Contact was made about the 5-yard line, and you put your shoulder into the guy and carried him into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
What has changed in your mindset about that being more physical running the football?
I've been just working hard at practicing. If somebody in my way, I'm just gonna run them over.
There you go. I like that. You're looking good. I can tell you work out, and man, we're just really, really proud of you. We were excited to be able to call that game where you broke that record, and man, we wish you all the best along with the rest of the Cougars, and just, man, hope you have a tremendous season. The success just continues to build as you go all the way through. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I think we might be on pace here for like a all-Sinline MVP if we keep this up.
I like it. I like it, Coach.
We're a fourth of the way for the state record for most touchdowns in the season.
Yeah, that's right. So this isn't stopping. I mean, you got that record, so
we got to keep rolling.
When you get 10 in one game, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ahmad. We're so glad you could come and be with us and let the folks see your face, because you don't get to see your face wearing that helmet out there.
Yes, sir.
But congratulations. We got a young man that we're about to talk to here in just a second. Ahmad's our player of the week. And got a big young man standing right over there who is our offensive lineman of the week. And I love that we're giving the offensive lineman here some love. This young man is a senior. His name is Madden Blaylock. Madden, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. So let me ask you a question. So we watched you play couple of positions. What is your primary position on the offensive line?
Left tackle.
Left tackle.
Yes, the money spot.
That's the money spot. I was telling Ahmad earlier in this, Ahmad's a great athlete, really fast, good vision, all of those things. But we watched him run that football this week, and we watched him go untouched at least to the second level many, many, many times, sometimes untouched all the way. And that is a credit to you big guys up front.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean to you? You're a senior. You're a leader not only on this offensive line but on the football team. What does that mean to you?
It definitely means a lot. Just being able to do that and see it and get the accomplishment for it. It's nice to hear.
I don't know if you heard us talking about it on the speaker here, but Coach and I noticed one particular play where
there was really two. I'm gonna let you get the first one.
Okay, let me get the first one, and then you talk about the second one. So there was one particular play. It actually, I'm watching the play-by-play. The play ends. It was a nice gain on the play, but 20 yards past the play, you've got your guy down there pancake down at the other end. Man, tell me what's going through your mind doing that.
I don't know. I mean, he just wouldn't go down, so I just I might as well just keep going to the whistle.
You got to love that for your offensive lineman to think, go to the whistle, right? Keep blocking to the whistle. That was awesome. Coach noticed another one that I
there was
missed.
One where he pushed a guy down all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
They were probably within about the 10, I think. And Miles got them all lined up, and they're all ready to snap the ball, and Madden's just jogging back.
I do remember that play now.
I don't know if everybody realized.
Yeah, we did. We had to say, hey, Miles, wait. Miles, Madden's not – he's not back yet.
And that's a good thing. He's not running from behind.
Yeah.
He's him up the field.
I do remember that play.
Yeah.
I do remember having to hold on because Miles had already come up to get under center or get in shotgun, whatever formation they were in. And we're like, hold on, left tackle's not up back yet. He's busy driving his guy out of the back of the end zone.
Madden, let me ask you this, because before Coach Cowan, it was me. So I've got a lot of respect, a lot of pride I take in the Cougar offensive line. What's it like being a part of this offensive line for this school that, in the last 5-6 years, 3 guys have gone on to play college football at LC, at Butler Community.
Northwestern.
Landon Valley's at Northwestern now. That's a lot of people don't realize it may not sound like much, but for a program and a position group, that in that short of a time span to send that guys, that's a big thing. What's it like, taking that mantle?
It's nice. I hope to be able to join up there with them on the next level with them. Definitely look up to guys like Landon Valley. So I got a good connection with him and other guys, and I hope other linemen do the same thing.
You speaking of Landon, and we're talking about you. I remember we talked to you last year on the radio. Landon Valley was your guy.
Oh, indeed.
Landon Valley, I started coaching him when he was about 8 years old, all the way up through he started in the high school football, and his daddy sent me film just the other day of them playing Minnesota, and he said, look at Landon playing center. And so I'm saying all that about Landon that, we hope that you can experience some of that playing at the next level. And let me say something about playing at the next level. Some people, critical people, will diminish depending on the size of the school. Look, I don't care. When you're playing at the next level, you're playing at the next level,
Absolutely.
Right? And so we're really proud of you. You got anything else for him, Coach?
Look, I love talking offensive linemen.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about Landon Valley, you being, him being a mentor for you while he was here. I can remember Mark McCoy being a mentor for him. Who's a guy you see, a young guy on this line that you feel like is going to, after you leave, is going to be the next guy?
I definitely feel like he got a long name. I think his name is Dexterion Young. I love the kid. He's a great young kid.
Awesome.
So that's building a culture.
Legacy.
A legacy, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Coach. Of different linemen here, just pouring into the younger guys and teaching them how to play offensive line. Because I'm going to tell you what, offensive line is a difficult position to play.
It's the skill position. That's
Yes.
what I've always told them. You've got to be able to do a multitude of things. You've got to remember not only all the pass plays, the run plays, everything.
Yeah.
So, it is the true skill position on the field.
Well, Madden, we are extremely proud of you and glad that you are our offensive lineman of the week. We hope as the season goes along, we're going to have you back on here doing more of those good things, driving people back out of the back of the end zone and blocking 20 yards down past where the play ends. We appreciate it. Thank you, Madden. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. We've got some of the Grant High School offensive assistants and the offensive coordinator that we're going to talk to on the backside of the break. So stay with us right here on 446 Sports, the Grant High School Cougar Football Coaches Show.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
All right, welcome back to the Grant High School Cougar Football Coaches Show. Now we've had head coach Jarvous Felton on, and we've talked to him. He's been sitting here to my right for the longest time this evening. But right now, replacing him to my immediate right and then to my far right is the offensive coordinator for the Cougars, Coach Adams, and the offensive line coach. We had one of your guys up here just a while ago, Coach Cow. And guys, y'all doing all right this evening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to defer a lot here because, listen,
go ahead.
I'm surrounded by Grant High School coaches here, Coach LeWard being a former play caller and OC. Listen, I coached the offensive line for about 5 years, actually had to call plays in about 3 games. That's it. And so you guys have got a lot more experience than I do with that. If I could talk to Coach Cowan first. Coach, I've been covering Grant Cougar football on the radio, and now we're excited to be here on 446 Sports covering Grant Cougar football. And I'm going to tell you, and I know we're very early, we've covered the scrimmage, we've covered the first game of the season, and I've noticed a difference in the offensive line in these first 2, some real competition here in the jamboree and in the game. I'm seeing a distinct, consistent push from your offensive line. We saw when I was talking to Ahmad, I mean, there were many plays in this last game where he was not even touched.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be smiling a little bit.
Oh man, I was super excited. I mean, in the moment, I'm like, hey, we got to keep going. But like when I look back at the game, I'm like, man, they worked their butt off this week.
Yeah, he was. I mean, some of those holes were big enough, and they stayed open long enough that we
might could have got in there.
Yeah, I might could run through that hole. But you got players like Madden. He's a senior. Played a good game. Is there any more? Look, we don't get to call those guys names and numbers a lot during a football game. We try to make a point to it, but unless you're the center, they don't touch the football.
Right.
Are there any other guys that you'd like to mention here?
Got Deontay Pennington and Caleb Furman. Had a young guy step up last week, Cameron Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him an opportunity to play center for us, and he took it and ran with it when he got his number called.
We did. You mentioned that we did notice swapping centers there at one point during the ball game.
So we initially had another guy there, and then
he was struggling a little bit.
Some stuff had happened weeks prior, and I just kind of told him, like, nobody has a guaranteed spot.
Right.
So my young guys, I'm giving y'all a chance to step in, and if you want to play on Friday, here's your shot.
Right.
So Swanson asked, could he play center? And from there, he just took on with it. And then so we bumped Owen out to guard. And then when Swanson, he's not – he doesn't have as much experience as Owen.
Sure.
So when he started messing up, I just swapped him.
Yeah.
I just said, hey, Owen, you go back to center, move Swanson to guard, and you just do the same thing that y'all been doing. Bring him with you on the double team. Make sure you tell him where he needs to go while he's at guard.
That's one of those things you don't really learn. I mean, you can get all the classroom teaching. You can do all that all day long, but you really learn by putting your hand in the dirt and playing the position. I was totally impressed with the offensive line, Coach.
And Coach, how's that? Talk about their one of the big things, when you coach offensive line, you're coaching 5 positions.
Right.
People think it's 1, but it's 5 unique positions. They have to do something unique every play. What's these guys' preparation like? Maybe not so on the practice field, but in the film room, studying what we're trying to do.
The biggest thing is we give them what we started incorporating was giving them ownership. And giving them ownership gives them the opportunity to say, okay, I know what I need to do at my position, and I'm going to hold my person next to me accountable for him to know what he's doing. So biggest thing is ownership and just being prepared. I guess that's my part on that one, and being able to attack the day at practice every day.
Absolutely.
Well, I can tell you, I've noticed a difference over the last, just in a year. Really, there was a consistent push dominating the line of scrimmage thus far this season, and so I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for your kids. I think the offensive linemen, the big boys. They got a special place in my heart. I played offensive line. I played center actually, and coached offensive line. So I think you're doing a jam-up job.
Yeah,
you got some good kids.
I made a bet with them. If we go 300, I'll buy them food. So they got free food tonight off of Coach Will.
Oh, my goodness. Sitting right here next to me is the offensive coordinator. Now, got 2 of y'all here.
Look, I get paid to sit in the booth and just enjoy the game. My brain doesn't have to fire off a play after a play. There's nothing more. I don't even know how to describe it. Just as you're trying to come up with a play,
right.
You're trying to set up a play for 4 plays down the line. It's nerve-wracking. It's easier just to sit there and,
I got my dose of it yesterday.
Yeah.
Coach Adams, glad to have you here this evening. Could you talk a little bit? Look, now, one good thing, we put up 76 points, 470 yards of offense, which is great. The big bulk of that was running the football.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. But one good thing, all those things are great, but a lot of times people will think, well, if you're scoring that many points, if you're putting up that many yards, you must have been running a lot of plays. But what did y'all run, like 3 plays all night long?
I believe it was, 3 run plays and 1 pass play.
And you got to love that because that's all Buckeye gets to see.
Right.
That's all Darvon Woods gets to see, and they don't know what to come off of that.
Right.
They've got to start guessing. And then when 16 and 17-year-olds start guessing, bad things happen.
Bad things happen.
That's right.
Talk to me a little bit about your quarterbacks. You have a luxury. You've got a couple of good quarterbacks. And Senior Miles and Futrell and Engage Hosseini, who's a sophomore.
Correct.
They play – their play is different, but in a lot of ways it's kind of similar. Both of them can make plays with their legs. We've seen Miles, which we didn't really see it a whole lot Friday night because we ran the ball most of the time. But going back to the scrimmage, man, we really saw him throw some pretty balls.
Absolutely.
But Gage is a little bit more of a he'll let it rip, more of a gunslinger type quarterback. What kind of luxury is that as an offensive coordinator to have that?
It's awesome because, if something were to happen, I have the next guy up ready to rock and roll. There's 100% trust in both of them. They know what to do. It's so simplistic for them. They've taken ownership. This week, even Miles mentioned 4 different things, and that's the first time he's starting to see, hey, what about this and this here and this here? I'm like, yep, we'll do it. So, it's a luxury, and Gage is starting to open up to that as well. He's starting to take a little bit more ownership, and that's what this offense is. It's letting them take control, what they're comfortable with, because they're the ones out there in the pads. We're not anymore. So, we're standing on the sideline. We may just be as sweaty and as hot as they are, with how hot it is outside. But, they're the ones out there playing their guts out. So, I'm going to do what they want to do.
And that's awesome. As a coach, when I was doing it, limited time I did for 5 years, I was more amped up than I was when I played. And so that you talk about being sweaty and just so I totally get that. But that's a great thing to have. You got a lot of tools to work with. I mean, you got a good offensive line
Absolutely.
up front. You've got Ahmad, who is our player of the week. You got some receivers out there to throw the football to. I know we haven't seen him a lot. He's made plays in the past, but Jaden Moore playing tight end, who's an athletic young man. Coach, come on in here.
I want to talk about Miles Futrell. You know, on one hand, you know, winning is the most important thing. But I know for you, it's got to kind of, I don't know, maybe it doesn't. There's a little pit in your stomach when he's out there at free safety.
Well,
you know, running out there and you're like, oh, Miles.
Miles is one of our top athletes on the field.
Right.
And him being a senior and us keeping the best 11 to 22 on the field at all times, he's going to stay out there. And that's what he wants to do. There's a point in the game.
He made some plays on defense.
Absolutely.
And offensively, that rushing touchdown, he pulled it on himself. It wasn't a design call. Him and Maude both kind of saw how they were coming off the edge in the red zone from the 4. He gave me that one little look. And I'm like, yep, do it. And he went with it. So they're smart enough and they're athletic enough to, like I said, this offense gives them that ownership. And when Miles was starting to cramp a little bit, I'm like, okay. So I went up to him. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm about to ask you? He's like, yep, don't. I'm staying out there. I'm like, you got it, buddy. So he's done a lot better this year from last year to this year, just stepping up and taking that leadership role and just being on the field. Yes. One of them we're going to keep on the field as much as possible because, as you saw from last week and as you can continue to see this week. So
at practice, how loud and competitive is he? Is he switching back and forth and just?
He's not loud at all.
Nope. He's quiet. I'm going to put my nose down and get to work and
lead by example.
Exactly.
That's really this whole group of kids, man. Yeah. They're not big rah-rah kids. They want to work. They want to put their head down and go to work. And I guess that's just something that we instilled over the offseason, too. It's just there's a lot of chaos going around, and all we can do is work.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
you can tell.
Well, I'll give them an opportunity here for some brownie points. We talked to Coach Felton about, you know, the main mission, loving on the kids. I never was a head coach, but always assistant. What's it like working for Coach Felton? Is he loving on you guys?
He does his best with the time he has. No, Coach Felton's awesome. He really supports each and us personally, emotionally, you know, spiritually, just whatever we need, he's there for us. So he, like I said, ownership for what we do as a team, giving the kids ownership, he gives us that same ownership.
Yeah, he gives us definitely the same ownership. I'll go in there sometimes, and he's like, what do you want to do for workouts, Coach? And I'm just like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
And he's like, you got it, brother. Like, this is yours. This is your baby to raise. So, like he said, he gives us all our own ownership and its own entity for us.
Right.
I've always appreciated in the few years here that I've been able to work with Grant football, Coach Felton, just a good dude.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you guys. I can see the passion and the efforts that you guys put into it. We're just about to run out of time. I want to thank Coach Adams and Coach Cowan for coming on and sharing a little bit about, you know, what they do and their experience here with Grant Cougar football. We appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work. Everything is looking really, really good. You guys stay with us here on the Grant High School Cougars Football Coaches Show with Jarvous Felton here on 446 Sports. We're going to be right back.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
All right, welcome back to the final chapter
of this
episode of the Grant High School Cougars Coaches Show with head coach Jarvous Felton. We've had a good night. We've athletic director Ashley Mercer walking out. Legend. We've talked to some great football players. We've talked to some great coaches, and I know. Let me mention one player before we wrap this up. There's a young man that's been sitting right across to the other side of the camera, Jaden Rivera, and your kicking coach over there, Drew Phillips. Jaden was 10 for 10.
He was.
10 for 10 on point after attempts.
That's 10 points. That's the second most points scored that night.
That is 10 points. That is awesome.
Ahmad had 60.
Yeah.
And Jaden had 10.
Yeah, Jaden had 10. But I wanted to mention his name. We'll talk to him as the season goes along. But man, he had a heck of a game too.
Yeah.
Historically, you know, we've always, you know, when we get through with 1 week, we like to flush it. And typically for the coaches, you know, when you get through, you enjoy the win on a Friday night, or, you know, God forbid, if it's a loss, you know, you want to get rid of that. And then you move on to the next week. Well, we've had to talk about Friday night. It was a good win. And now, so we're ready to move on. I mean, that was good. We enjoyed it. We learned a lot of things about that win. And we learned a lot of things in the mistakes we made. Now we need to flush this one, and we need to look forward. The Cougars have got the Buckeye Panthers coming to Dry Prong Friday night. Tell me a little bit about Buckeye.
Oh, man. You know, they're always a very, very physical team. They always play us hard. It's become a rivalry over the last couple of years. So it's going to be a great turnout for both communities, you know. I'm super excited with the way that practice has flowed this week. I know last week was a lot of distractions on the outside, but kind of reel everybody back in. And the message today was the hairpin in the road. You know, you got two ways you can turn. You know, either we could be satisfied and okay with what happened on Friday, or we can make that turn into achieving the mission that we have established and set for ourselves as a team. So just really re-emphasis and telling them what is our mission and how are we going to accomplish that mission. So
last week you said that the goal last week was to go 1-0.
That's it.
And so mission accomplished.
That's it.
And so this week, that's what we're looking to do.
2-0. That's it. That's our goal.
Talk Buckeye. So I want to come back to Buckeye a little bit. The last couple of years, Buckeye has been a big just run it between the tackles, run it down your throat kind of football team.
Yeah, they're running that flex bone, spread flex bone offense. You know, they got that wing set. They still have the running back they had from last year. He runs the ball really hard.
Burley, I believe is his name.
Yes, they are rotating quarterbacks in and out. Their receivers are not bad defensively. They're not bad up front. They play hard. Secondary-wise, I think they're better than they have been in the past. Watching previous film on them, they were playing man against Peabody, you know. So it shows the speed that they have, you know, secondary-wise. And they have a really solid left tackle, number 74. He is a he fits the par and he moves fairly well. You know, Buckeye always have linemen.
They do.
But he really does stick out. You know, watching him on film, and they're sound up front. So there's some different things that we had to do. We had to move guys around and to where we could put guys to be successful. So based on how we've moved around things and how the guys have pursued the tasks that we put in front of them, I'm excited. So we have a really big chance of being 2-0.
Buckeye and Grant's always a gritty football game. And oftentimes it's close. We went to Buckeye last year, and we came up a little short in that ball game, and so we're looking this year to even that score up a little bit.
That's it.
When they come to our house, we want to come out with a W.
Always.
Coach, you got anything to add here before we get out of here?
Well, you know, what's been like the preparation, you know, especially for Ahmad, you know, all eyes are going to be on him. You know, it becomes more of a pride thing in the sense of, you know, we're not going to let that guy score 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
How have the other kids responded knowing, hey, it's going to be my time pretty soon to step up?
Yeah, that's the best part about this offense. You know, it could be anybody's given night. You know, we're going to take advantage of what they give us. You know, so it's past Friday night. Based off the last 2 games, they keyed in on our receivers. You know, so we had half for hat in the box. So we're gonna give it to our running back and let him take charge of the game. And the main deal is that these kids are not how do you say it? They're not entitled and they want all their brothers to be successful.
Blue collar is what I like to call it.
Lunch pail.
What really stuck out to me after the game was, you know, typically in the past, like because they like to compete against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, nobody had their hair down, and they was like, hey, I am proud. Hey, I'm good. Hey, it's all good, coach. Like, ready for next week. So that shows the character that these kids have taken on and the maturity and the ownership of understanding that not everybody, you know, we only have one ball, and we got to take advantage of what they give us. And one night it might be you, next night it might be the other, but we're all in this together. So just talking about just really just sitting down and having real man conversations with them.
I love the way they responded. This happens sometimes to me, Coach. Things will pop in my head. Montgomery made a couple of comebacks throughout the course of the game. You get out to a 2-score, 3-score lead, Montgomery would come back. And you never saw panic in those boys. They responded to that.
And that's what we talked about in the coaching's office. After, you know, we were upset because we know what we were truly capable of doing. But really dissecting the game, if you look at it and if you look at the teams in the past, when bad things happen, we tend to shut down.
Yep, head down.
But this offseason, we put them in a lot of chaotic situations. And it's like they respond better when they're in chaotic situations. So it was like they never checked up in the fourth quarter, and they just went to work.
Yeah.
Coach, before we let you go, we really got one main question, I think. Have we covered with Ahmad that kickoffs are live?
Yes. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
You know, we sung his praises all night. We're going to give him a little hard time at the end.
We did. You know,
you got to give him a little bit of a hard time. I mean, my gosh, he had 400
touchdowns. We can pick on him a little
we
bit.
can pick on him on that one play.
You know, when he came to the sideline, he said he was out of bounds. I'm like, I don't know about that one. But, you know, I say it happens. We make mistakes. We learn from it.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about today in practice when we were running special teams, I said, now, the ball comes to you, we're going to make sure that we scoop it up, right? I said, you're fast enough to make a play.
That's right.
I said, if you need to, hey, let's go out of bounds with the ball. Let's not think that the ball is going out of bounds. But, you know, you live and you learn. I told him at the end of the day, I still love you.
Absolutely.
Well, we're about out of time here for the Coaches Show for week 1. And I'm calling this week 1 because, well, actually, this will be week 2. This is week 2. Have mercy.
Yeah, it's flying by, man.
For week 2, we wish you all the luck this Friday night. against Buckeye. We got all the confidence in the world in you and your coaching staff, and especially these kids, these football players. I love that lunch pail attitude that you're talking about. I want to invite all of you to join us Friday night in Dry Prong. Be here with us at 7 o'clock for kickoff. Grant High School Cougars against the Panthers from Buckeye, right here on 446 Sports. And I want to leave you with one thing before we get out of here.